Hey there YouTube, back with another multiplayer quick battle here, playing as a High Elves yet again, working on some new variants to the double Sun Dragon. So I got the Flamespire Phoenix, Sun Dragon, Teclis, front line of Silver and Guard with white lines, another unit of white lines, double archers here, one of them being the Sisters of Avalorn, another unit of white lines here, and more Spearmen in the back, Tyrannoc Chariot on the flank, and yep, rocking Teclis. So my opponent has brought a very wide Greenskin build, pretty common stuff here, except for the Grimgor Ironhide pick. So Grimgor is packing most of his kit here. They've brought a couple units of biggins here, Orc Boys, some Trolls, Night Goblins in the front, big Spider Rider core, or Spider Rider flank, and yeah, it's all biggins and Orc Boys here in the center, plus an Orc Shaman. Packing the Foot of Gork, so we got to be mindful of that. So we're going to be scooting up, looking for opportunities here. There's not much that can threaten my range units here. The Night Goblins do come out nice and early here, so we're going to try to scoot out of the way of that. Not bad. We don't take much damage there. It could have been way more devastating for sure. So we're going to start ripping shots here into the Night Goblins as they're in range, and just kind of scooting the Silver and Guard over here to protect the flank, and pushing up with my White Lions to try to get a free charge in on the Night Goblins. And it looks like we are going to end up getting that free charge. So we're going to be doing a ton of damage to Night Goblins here. And additionally, we're shredding these Night Goblins as well. So hopefully there will be no more Fanatic issues here. Big Foot of Gork coming down. Oof, absolutely devastating that unit of White Lions. No friendly fire whatsoever, so really good stuff there by my opponent. Oh, the Fanatics do come through. Oh, just barely bump into the Sisters of Avalorn. That could have been devastating. I think my opponent, I'm pretty sure Anticity used that strat in the ECL just to send out the Night Goblins instantly and try to catch your opponent off guard. Me, obviously not being nearly as good as those guys, fell victim to it to some degree. But now as the Trolls are coming in range, we're going to start switching targets there and shooting into them. With the Sisters having fire and magic damage, they're going to do a ton of damage to these regenerating Trolls. And we're going to be looking to get some nice spell casts off here. Our center is absolutely open here, though, so we're going to drop a net down. Try to protect our Sisters for as long as possible. And see if we can't punish the Trolls with some breath attacks here. That was a really bad breath attack. Probably shouldn't have dropped it into the Trolls. But I was just looking to get a route going here on the center, so that hopefully we wouldn't have to worry about losing our Sisters and our Archers, which have already pretty much been compromised. But Flamespire Phoenix goes down. We're going 1v1 here with the Orc Shaman. So we should be able to win that as long as my opponent does not notice. And Grimgor himself has shown up here on the right flank, moving some Spearmen in place here in the center, again, just to kind of hold things off, make sure I can keep my Sisters firing. If we can use up their ammo, that is a good play in my book. So we're going to be dropping the Sun Dragon in here, get a terror route going on these Trolls who've been buffed up here. Actually, just a straight up route. I don't mind the Orc Boys on my Archers here as much as I would on my Sisters, so that's a fair trade in my book. I'm going to keep my Spearmen here firm, and we're just going to use these Spearmen here along with the White Lions to protect the left flank. Do turn around, though, just in time to countercharge the Trolls, and the Trolls do break on the charge. We were able to shatter the Orc Shaman, too, which is really big for us, and we're going to be pushing off the Trolls here. Net Breath going down on Big Boy Grimgor. Completely misses, though. Absolutely brutal stuff there. Not sure if that was a misclick or just a complete mistargeting. But now we do have an isolated Grimgor here, so I'm going to dump in my Sun Dragon, see if we can't get some solid damage on him. And off the charge, things are looking really good. However, now our Sisters of Avalorn have been compromised. Phoenix is able to keep chasing off the Trolls, but is now getting peppered with Force Goblin attacks. And Grimgor is getting worked over pretty good here between the White Lions and the Sun Dragon off the charge, doing tons of damage to Grimgor here. And it looks like most of his abilities are down, so we're getting a lot of this damage in for free. So he does pop a You're Next onto Teclis, but Teclis is far enough away that he can remain safe, I believe. Hopefully on the charge here we are able to break these Orc Boys, but in the center, Grimgor is wavering. He's shaken. Hopefully we can push him off, but also my Sun Dragon. Oh no! How the turntables. Never count Grimgor Ironhide out. So yeah, we're going to try to get our Sun Dragon out of there, pop a regrowth on him, and see if we can't get another breath attack. Oh, or a nice charge Yeah, big damage on the charge there under Grimgor. Another hit. Grimgor is wavering here. Let's see if we can't get him off the field. The white lions do break though, so I do have to pull that Sun Dragon out. It can't afford to sit there any longer. In the other side of the battlefield, my infantry's been pretty much wiped. I mean, you're never going to beat the Greenskins in the infantry fight, right? So, kind of expected that. Flamespire is just getting absolutely peppered, so I'm going to bring it over here to the center engagement here to support. Trying to pull my Sun Dragon through the Sisters because they're pretty much dead meat, being completely surrounded by the Spider Riders. And we're just keeping Teclis safe on the edge of the battlefield as well. Flamespire is going to be hopefully doing some bombing runs here. Yeah, dropping some flaming poop down on our orc opponents here. Got a nice little tactical reserve here that we should be able to get a nice bombardment on. Yeah, that's pretty solid damage. I'll take that. Sisters are wavering and they are routing now, so we're just going to consolidate and bring our forces together here that we have left. See if we can't maybe get some winds of magic generated while we try to figure out what our next move is. Considering that the Greenskins, who started with 1,000 troops, are down to 700, and we who started with 700 are down to less than 50 at this point. Most of that being our archers. And we're just going to be getting bombardments where we can, trying to use up some of that ammo. I'm going to get a counter charge with Teclis here to try to protect the archers from the charge. It does not work as planned. However, we are able to rout the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, but our archers do rout as well. So hopefully we can take our time just kind of chasing these Spider Riders off while we try to get reformed. Grimgor is like basically one hit, so that can be a nice next move for us here. Try to figure out how can we get Grimgor off the battlefield. And while we're thinking about that, we're going to be chasing off the Forest Goblin Spider Raiders here. I'm going to do a little bit of fast forwarding as we're just looking to... Oh, we go in for the dive with the Flamespire Phoenix there, and Grimgor is routed off the field. Really good stuff, and we're still chasing off these Spider Riders here, so definitely obeying attacking rules here, keeping things nice and clean. I do want to use the Flamespire Phoenix if possible to keep Grimgor routing, and when I feel safe, we can go ahead and drop the Flamespire in to do the killing blow. In the meantime, though, the Sun Dragon is taking a ton of fire here from the Forest Goblin Spider Raiders, using up the last of our ammo to great effect to pepper my Sun Dragon. We are able to get another regrowth down, though, it looks like, so not too worried about that. Still pushing Grimgor off to the edge of the battle, and things are looking pretty safe here, so we're going to be looking to go ahead and drop in and do the finishing blow on Grimgor relatively soon. Still just escorting him, not quite feeling that we have the distance with the Forest Goblin Spider Riders being so close. Would be risky again to go for the dive, but so for now we'll just keep pushing him. Gonna go back to fast forwarding it here as my opponent is reforming, and we're just kind of pushing Grimgor off the battlefield. But since the Spider Riders have changed their direction and start going for Teclis, we are able to drop the Flamespire Phoenix in here and finish Grimgor off. In the meantime, we're just kind of scooting around here, skirting the edge of the battle, trying to reconnect with our Flamespire Phoenix, and hopefully hopefully we can get the rebirth going on the Flamespire Phoenix here. So there is, I believe it's a chance that it happens. I don't think it's guaranteed. A 50% miscast chance. So it's a spell basically, and when the Phoenix's HP drops below 10%, there's a chance of it either gaining 2500 HP, which is about half health, or it will just die. So it looks like it takes about 2 seconds, and I believe when it rebirths, it does like a little it has like a little AoE spell effect kind of in the general vicinity of the Phoenix. But yeah, so we're just going to fast forward here, look for our opportunity. We might have a breath attack left on the Sun Dragon, but we definitely have bombardments left on this Phoenix, so we're going to be looking to get some nice bombardments, and that one misses, unfortunately. Drop a big net down here, looks like, and we're going to be hopefully looking for a nice breath attack here. Got a good bunch going here, going for these trolls instead, which is fair enough, fair game to that. And since it's the overcasted version of the net, anything entering the circle after it's been casted is going to be netted down as well, as soon as it gets the majority of the units into the center, I believe. So a big terror out here in the center. Teclis is freed from that, I do drop the Flamespire in over here to try to get that route going as well. And the balance of power is surging in my favor. Things are looking really good at this point. The Greenskins don't have any leadership, so now all I have to do is make sure that I'm escorting all these units off the field that we're getting the terror routes on. However, Teclis and the Sun Dragon are in a bit of a pickle here. They've gotten completely surrounded here. We do have a couple terror routes still going. So if we can keep the leadership low on these units here, we can get those terror routes going. Unfortunately, I do not have the ability to chase off the units we've routed, so the balance of power does come back to just about dead even, while slowly shifting in my opponent's favor. I do turn Teclis around though, hoping that I can get a nice charge here into these trolls and rout them, but Teclis just does not have the punch to deliver that kind of blow, and the Phoenix is completely surrounded here, trying to scoot it out of there. Teclis is heading for the hills. Definitely need to get the Sun Dragon out as well. And we're crossing our fingers for that Rebirth at this point, really hoping that it comes down. Things are not looking good though. Bounce power is shifting quickly away from us. Getting close to that Rebirth threshold, so it's either going to Rebirth or die. Got to get the Sun Dragon out though too. Teclis is pretty much all alone, and it looks like we do actually end up getting the Rebirth here in the final hour. Balance of power absolutely completely surges in our favor, so now we just got to get that Flamespire Phoenix back up in the air, get the Sun Dragon in the air, get Teclis out of there, regroup, and get some nice cycle charges going here. But with the poison and just getting completely surrounded here, it's very hard for us to get up in the air. So we're going to try to squeeze through this little gap here that's been created by the units chasing after the Sun Dragon. So we are able to get the Phoenix out, but it looks like Teclis might not be able to squeeze out of this little gap. And the gap closes between the Spider Rider, so the Phoenix has to come back in, see if we got any bombardments left. Otherwise, we just have to bite the bullet and charge. Looks like we're going for the Spider Riders on the flank here, which is a good move. Keep these units off the field. I think they have to route 3 times, and then they'll be automatically shattered. Yeah, so both those units shatter. However, with the bounce power being the way it is and Teclis being completely surrounded, there's not much hope left for us in this one. The Sun Dragon does go down. A valiant effort, my Sun Dragon, indeed. Looking for a good opportunity to charge in here. Just trying to charge the lowest leadership unit that I can get close to easily. But as the Phoenix is going in, the leadership keeps spiking on these units, so I can't find a great target. But as soon as Teclis routes, I do have to land relatively quickly here. We are going for the outskirt unit of the Force Goblin Spider Raiders here. Teclis goes down. The Phoenix does get surrounded. Here come the rest of the orcs. And that will probably be that. So Phoenix does get surrounded here. It's going to be fighting for its life. Trying to dish out as much damage as possible, but just being completely surrounded like this, things are not looking too good. And that is the battle. So the moral of the story in this battle is that we got overrun just way too quickly. Definitely was expecting a lot more out of the White Lions. Probably will not bring them in this matchup going forward. I feel like they're really good in certain matchups, like again in the into Dwarves, White Lions are definitely the way to go. But when it comes to Greenskins, we're not going to beat them anyway, so maybe just going with regular Spearmen in place of these White Lions. Plus that would give us some extra gold to play with. Might be able to make that extra Sun Dragon work with that build. So that's definitely something we'll try next. But anyway, looking at the damage value here, 2,000 on Sun Dragon, 2,200 on the Flamespire Phoenix, 2,100 rather on the Sun Dragon. Tyrannok Chariots got absolutely wrecked by the Goblin Rider, Spider Rider core, or rather flank. I don't know why I keep calling it core. 1,600 damage value on the Sisters, so I don't think they paid for themselves. I want to say they're 1,800. 500 on the Archers, which is good stuff. They paid for themselves. Silvering Guard and the Infantry got completely overrun, so I don't expect much out of them. And Teclis usually does not do much damage. Looking at my opponent's damage value here, 1,500 on Grimgore, which is pretty good for a Footlord. The Shaman was not well protected and was only able to get that 1 foot of Orc down. Orc Boys did absolute work. 780 damage value on that one there. That's insane for an Orc Boy. 1,000 damage for each of the Biggins, and the Spider Riders, of course, did absolute work as well. So definitely need to look to go a lot wider next time going into Greenskins for sure. Maybe not even bring the Archers. And then maybe we can make the white lions work if we can just get them some more spearmen to support. But yeah, we'll definitely be changing up the build next time. So go ahead and like the video if you guys like the content. What do you guys think I could have brought differently? I know the white lions probably weren't the best choice. Maybe that's just hindsight, though. I don't know. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.